despite these challenging environments for digital assets in 2022. Now we're at 2023. This first month that we just finished, we're February 1st, the first month saw an amazing comeback in crypto. We saw Bitcoin skyrocket. So joining us now to discuss is CoinDesk Indices Managing Editor, Jodie Gunzberg. Hey, Jodie, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
We're doing fine here, and it seems crypto, of course, is relatively over the past few days, or past 31 days, has done tremendously well. Of course, we were just talking about the Fed raising rates 25 basis points. So how is that itself going to impact crypto such as Bitcoin?
Yeah, this is a great question. Obviously, the market is largely expecting this 25 basis points hike, which is probably priced in. But if we do see a slowdown in tightening, it may benefit Bitcoin. Historically, as the interest rates rise moderately as opposed to aggressively, the average returns of Bitcoin increase massively, and more so than traditional assets, since the speculators return quickly to buy as the credit and money become more available. So in January, we've also seen some evidence of the number of Bitcoin-owned wallets of OTC desks rising, which is signaling the institutional investors, such as hedge funds that typically use these desks for large transactions, are coming in to buy Bitcoin too. That's helping push up January's price.
What can you say about the optimistic macro picture that is potentially driving Bitcoin up almost 40% in January, posting its best month since October 2021?
Yeah, again, this turnaround in the sentiment from the macroeconomic environment, starting with the decelerating inflation and then the expectations that the Fed would dial back rate hikes, has driven Bitcoin largely. It's the best month since October 2021. It's the best January ever in history, as far back as we have data going to 2015, and it's the 12th best month ever in history. And January wasn't just a stellar month for Bitcoin. In fact, most of the assets in our CoinDesk Market Index outperformed Bitcoin. 107 out of 160 outperformed Bitcoin, and 158 of the 160 in the CMI, the CoinDesk Market Index, were positive for the month.
Yeah, I think we have that.
Jodie, another really interesting sort of data point here is not, as you said, there's been a lot of tokens that are outperforming Bitcoin. What's going on with sort of these metaverse tokens like Decentraland or Sandbox and just that sector in general? I mean, why have we been seeing kind of a recent explosion with those two tokens specifically?
Yeah, I think that it started with Gala and Decentraland. They had huge gains. Gala Games acquired the Ember Entertainment. It's a mobile game studio with 20 million users, most known for the Walking Dead Empires game. And they had plans to integrate several existing games. And that was the catalyst that ripped across all of the metaverse protocols. So now we see the metaverse in the culture and entertainment sector showing promise through the Open Metaverse Alliance of Web3 that aims to address the interoperability challenges. And as developers build more open products that are interoperable with each other, the users will be able to go between different metaverses and carry their identities and histories with them. So I think that that's a lot of what's behind this spike in the culture and entertainment sector, besides the fact that it's just rebounding. It was one of the hardest sectors hit in the fourth quarter.
All right, so we're seeing this rise in the crypto markets in January, but is it sustainable, or is there going to be a lot of volatility ahead?
That's a great question. The crypto volatility is rising. Again, we're seeing that it's one of the most attractive opportunities for investors. They really like the volatility in crypto. So what's interesting about this is that there's rising volatility in crypto. However, there's slightly lower volatility across the traditional asset classes. So this optimism coming into the year and the change in sentiment from the macroeconomic backdrop is driving crypto buying, especially from the speculators, which is happening. Again, it's the first stop where investors play as the credit and the money become more available.
All right. Jodie, thank you for that update. That was CoinDesk Indices Managing Director Jodie Gunzberg.